What a brilliant idea. Why don't we take that and spread it across the country? We didn't do that. You know what we did? We took Obamacare's evil twin, the mini-me, Romneycare, from Massachusetts. And we spread that crap all the way across the country. Let me tell you what Romneycare is. Does anybody know what Romneycare cost, the initial projections in the beginning? $88 million. Take a stab at what it costs today. Anybody? Good Lord, that'd be bad.
10 trillion. It's 1.3 billion.
Yes, sir. 4.3 billion, you're exactly right. And they have a deficit next year on top of that of another 195 million. And then Mitt Romney, by the way, Mitt, if you want to get to the Oval Office, shut up about Romneycare. It doesn't work. He sits on O'Reilly and says, well, we met our 8.1% state budget. Yes, you did, because the rest of us are paying for it. We're paying for all the rest of it. So don't tell me Romneycare works. It doesn't. Here's Romneycare. Hi, I bought a Porsche, and I took it down 294, and I was looking at this hot girl, and I rolled it over, and my tires are melting, my leather's gone, my stereo's shot, but I need a car insurance policy. This is what we've done in Massachusetts, and this is what we've done under Obamacare. If you're sick, you can wait to buy a policy until you find a lump. And then say, hey, I'm sick. Can I get a policy? They issue the policy, guaranteed issue. You can buy it in the emergency room. And then what do? Exactly what they're doing in Massachusetts. You get your care, somebody pays for it through the health insurance policy, and then you dump it. Why do you dump it? Because you can get another policy as soon as you have another lump. And that's what's going on in Massachusetts, and that's why they're broke. And we're spreading that across the entire country. This is why the CBO director said, conveniently after the bill was passed, Obamacare, that our fiscal policy in the United States is unsustainable. It's unsustainable, and it will be unsustainable here. Is it going to happen? It's happening right now. Let me read you a love letter that went out to one of my clients this week, hundreds of clients in Illinois, who are insured by Guarantee Trust Life Insurance Company. If you've ever driven down Milwaukee Avenue in Glenview, you've driven by them. Here's this insurance company that's domiciled in Illinois, and they write the following letter. Dear Mr. I won't say his name. The purpose of this letter is to provide you with information regarding your major medical coverage with Guarantee Trust Life Insurance Company. The letter is intended to provide notice of an action Guarantee Trust will be taking that will result in the termination of your major medical plan, and as a matter of fact, all major plans in your state. In your state, you're in Illinois, you're an Illinois company, right? They're canceling this coverage. But because it's illegal to just cancel somebody's coverage, unlike what Obama says they can just drop your coverage when you file a claim, that's crap. It's a federal law, you can't do that. So instead of that, here's what they're going to do for him. We are required by law in terms of your policy to offer you replacement coverage. The replacement plan will be a high deductible major medical plan. A high deductible major medical plan is a type of plan that doesn't begin paying for anything until you exceed your $25,000 brand new deductible. If you're insured with Guarantee Trust Life, you're going to get this love letter. And who's responsible again? Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama is a bald-faced liar. And he's responsible for this. Why is he responsible for this? Because he let Edith the Dingbat Pelosi write the bill. But that's a sidebar. The reason is because as of January 1st, 2011, all insurance companies that issue policies to individuals or less than 50 in a group, they must now comply with the 80-20 medical loss ratio. If you issue coverage for people 50 and over, then you have to comply with the 85-15. And what that means in layman's terms is, all the premium we take in, that we're now spending 35% of the premium on administration and commissions and overhead, because they run on 65-35 now. It's a tight ship. Now they got to do it on an 85-15. So what's Guarantee Trust Life saying? We're done. We got to be ready by January 1st. So we are smart actuaries. We are good stewards of premium dollars. We have board that we have to answer to, directors. So we're preparing right now. Here's a letter, $25,000. By the way, that $25,000, these people are going from $2,500 to $25,000. And they get no premium savings. None. My Blue Cross groups today, 2 of them, went up by 31%. And neither of them had any major claims. It's already happening. We have to be involved in our communities. We have to let our neighbors know what's in this bill, because it's going to destroy this country. Most importantly, our healthcare system. It will destroy it. And this idea where you can just buy a policy whenever you want. Oh, by the way, I forgot. You know who wrote the Senate bill? America's health insurance plans. Okay? Why did they write the Senate bill? 33 billion more customers. This is great. Plus, you're going to put them in prison if they don't buy health insurance. Remember that? That was the case. They're going to use the same penalties they do for the IRS. You don't pay your taxes, we're going to fine you. You don't pay your fine, we're going to send you to prison. About a month before it passed, what did? They took out the imprisonment because conservatives like us were screaming and yelling. Okay, we're not going to send you to prison anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to fine you. And a fine is the same thing as a tax. I don't care what Obama calls it, it's a tax. Okay? So the tax for not buying health insurance, guess what it is in 2014? Anybody know? $650. No, sir. $95. In 2016, it graduates to $695. So let me ask you a question. How is a slacker between 18 and 30, who's young and invincible, spends more money on beer, cell phones, why would he buy a policy in the exchanges? It's going to cost between $2,200 and $2,400 a year. He's not. He's going to pay $95. Now let me ask you a question. How will they collect that tax from him? 51.3 million tax filers last year. Some of them making up to 50,000 paid no taxes. Zero. That's not okay. Zero taxes. Right? So if you're going to withhold returns from people, because that's what we've been told, we're not going to put you in prison, but if you don't pay the fine, we're going to hold your tax returns. How do you hold a return from somebody that pays no taxes? So who's really going to pay for all this crap? The taxpayers. That's who. And your health insurance premiums are going up, because this isn't about cutting costs. This is about shifting costs. You think an aspirin costs $20 now? You wait until it's free. Come on. That's what's going to happen. So for God's sakes, people, get out. Oh, seniors, if you voted for Obamacare, I'm sorry for you. Because, who mentioned it? Somebody mentioned it earlier. The Medicare cuts, I got 1 minute left, right? Yeah. 1 minute to run through Medicare. By the way, Melissa Bean, in her letter, she literally says, we keep our commitments to senior citizens. Unlike what has been told, there are no cuts to Medicare. Okay? Just like her commander-in-chief, she's a bald-faced liar. Let me read to you some of the Medicare cuts. Okay? Medicare reimbursement cuts when seniors use diagnostic imaging like MRIs, CT scans, and other nuclear medicine scans. That starts 2011. Medicare cuts begin to ambulance services, ACSs, diagnostic labs, and durable medical equipment. 2011. Prohibition on Medicare payments to new physician-owned hospitals, 2011. Seniors prohibited from purchasing power wheelchairs unless they rent one first for 13 months, 2011. More Medicare cuts to long-term care hospitals, 7/1/11. More Medicare cuts to hospitals and cuts to nursing homes and patient rehab facilities, fiscal year 2012. Medicare cuts to dialysis treatment. Need a kidney? Forget about it. Medicare to reduce spending by using an HMO-like coordinated care model, accountable care organizations. So basically, they're going to make it like an HMO, right? Where Kathleen Sebelius and Dr. Freeman's going to tell you about another freaky guy who's going to be running our healthcare system. It's going to be an HMO. We all know how great HMOs work, right? We love them, right? You got your gatekeeper, now it's going to be Sebelius, who, by the way, doesn't hold a medical degree. She holds an attorney's degree. Not a doctor will be making decisions, a cost-cutting, bottom-feeder attorney. That's who I want deciding what I'm going to get care for. Can't wait. What do they say about attorneys? You know, what's 1,000 attorneys at the bottom of the ocean? Good start. Amen. Medicare cuts to hospitals with high readmission rates. Medicare cuts to hospice begin. New tax of 2.3% on all medical devices. Need a cane? 2.3%. Medicare cuts to hospitals who treat low-income seniors. More Medicare cuts in 2014, more in 2015. And the list goes on. I'm out of time. For God's sakes, talk to your neighbors, get on the internet, go to truthaboutpreexistingconditions.com, find out the truth, click on the tab about how bad the bill is, and tell everybody to get to the polls in November because it means our country.